Hello everyone, my name is David Colon, and these are my car ideas. Today, I want to give you a real in-depth review of this 9-inch touchscreen for the R172. I've had this in my car for about a month now. Before I purchased this, I've been watching videos about this particular screen for months. They just hadn't released one for the R172. The ones that they have available are, I believe, 10.25-inch screens. And it's too wide across. It would cover up the heating vents. So I've been waiting for them to release one for the R172. As soon as they did, I went ahead and I ordered it. Shipping was pretty fast. Shipping came in about a week. I'll link the contact information in the description and try to post it somewhere in the video as well. But I'd watched a lot of reviews for this, but what I realized after I received this and I had it for a few days or even a week, I realized that these were not in-depth reviews. These were reviews from people that were either A, trying to sell the unit, or B, maybe had it in their car for a day or two and they hadn't really used it. People were just showing stuff off, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to show people exactly what you're gonna get and give you the good and the bad that goes along with this. I'll give you my honest opinion right now. I paid $600 for this. I feel that I paid too much. I feel that the unit is a little overpriced and a little underpowered. It's not a terrible unit, and I am gonna keep it. But it definitely leaves you yearning for more. As you can see right now, I'm on I have the GPS hooked up and I'm using the Wi-Fi, the mobile hotspot off of my phone. Now, when you do this, you do have to keep the antenna on the dash. I'd seen in a video where someone said that you can tuck it away and you can hide it away. That doesn't work. You may get reception initially, but it's not gonna keep a signal. So let's go over the functionality of the unit. Obviously, if you've seen all the other videos, you know that you can use the scroll wheel. And when you're in this interface, everything works really well. You know what? Before we go into the apps and stuff, let's go over some of my pet peeves. In the United States, we do not use kilometers, we use miles. It is very, very frustrating that everything is in kilometers and like the temperatures in Celsius. These are simple things that should be able to be converted. Even this dashboard. This is pretty much useless because we don't use kilometers. These are things that are not able to be changed. I've been told that there was going to be an update, but I've had this unit for about a month now and there has not been an update. Something else, as trivial as it may be, the time. Time's in military time, can't change that. The date format right here, that's not the way that we format our dates in the United States. Granted, very, very small things, but want to make sure that you're aware of them. Another thing, if you have the R172, this is not your car. And that really, really bothers me because I paid for a unit for my car. That is definitely not my car. Now, I have been in contact with the seller just yesterday, and he told me he's going to work with the engineers and see what he can get done to have this updated. This is basically just a tablet that's running Android 5.1.1. Now, if you look on YouTube and you look on Amazon, there are other tablets, double-din tablets with large screens. Now, they're not specific for a Mercedes, they're generic, but they may cost $300 and they run a much higher version of Android. So they have a lot of different features that you're not going to get with this. For example, you can't get split screen, which would be incredibly useful because it's great that you have Google Maps, but maybe you want to have something here and something there, and Google Maps over here. It's not possible for you to do that. To me, these limitations, these are limitations based off of the version of Android that it's running, and I don't know whether or not there will be an update, because Android 5.1.1 is a very old version. Something else that happens pretty often is I wanted to download an app called Vivo, the app that plays music videos, and let's see. Actually, I don't even see it on here now. But Vivo, basically what happens is that it tells me that the device isn't compatible with Vivo. And what I found was that happened a lot with a variety of different apps that I tried to download, that the tablet isn't compatible. That's really frustrating. And I'm not trying to complain. I just want to make sure that people are actually aware of this. Something else, and I don't have another phone, so I can't record and show you, but I had a tremendous amount of issues with the Bluetooth. So much so that, as you can see, I am not connected to Bluetooth, and I don't connect to the Bluetooth on here, because when I get phone calls on here, this doesn't update my contacts. Because it doesn't update my contacts, say I get a phone call from someone who's saved in my phone, it'll just display their phone number, it won't say their name. That's pretty inconvenient, because that means that in order to know who's calling, you gotta look at your phone. So it makes much more sense for me to continue to link my cell phone to the original unit. It's just much more reliable. Another thing is that I have issues with the sound. For example, so we'll open up navigation, and right now volume's turned up. Let's see, let's say we want to go to LA Fitness. You should notice is that the sound is on. However, we haven't heard anything. So let's go here. Let's go here and let's go to settings and play sound test. You can see so nothing's happening. We're not getting any sound. All right, so right now we're going to go back to the main screen. Let's go to media, Bluetooth. This is unconnected. Let's go back. Play sound test.
Your destination will be on the right.
Oh, I love that British voice.
Your destination will be on the right.
All right. And that is what I have to do anytime that I want to get sound for the navigation. I don't know why, but that's how it is. And that's actually what I have to do as well whenever my cell phone is linked via Bluetooth. Anytime that my phone's linked via Bluetooth, if I don't go to, sorry for the edit, my phone just cut off and said that it was overheating. So it's a little bit noisy. It's because I have the air on now because I don't want the phone to overheat, so I can finish up this video. But anyways, what I was saying is that if I don't do this first, then if I don't go to Bluetooth first, then when I get a phone call, when I get a text message, it won't ring. I'm sorry, it won't make any noise. So, you know, if the phone's on ring and vibrate, the phone itself will still vibrate. But like when I get text messages, like there's no sound notification that comes through here. That's a huge problem to me, especially considering the fact that I paid $600 for this. So it's really, really great that all of this stuff works in conjunction with the car. And everything is really in tune with the car. Even things as simple as having the lights on. That's awesome. Opening up the doors. when the hood's open, it does the same thing. When the trunk's open, it does the same thing. That's really, really great. However, this does not work properly. There's a lot of things that need to be updated. Something that I've seen happen a few times. It's probably happened 4 times within the last month, maybe 3. The scroll wheel will just stop working, and I actually recorded it one day, and I'll put that in the video, and that way you can see what I did. But basically, since the scroll wheel wasn't working, I'd spin it and nothing would happen. What I did was I went here and then backed out of it. And once I backed out of it, then it started working again. But again, at this price point, I don't feel that these things should be happening. Because if I were to buy an Android stereo that was generic, it would be half the price and it would probably work significantly better. So these are just things that I want to make sure that everybody's aware of. And it's not that I'm wanting to bash this. I know that there are a lot of people that have these and they really, really love them. And to be honest, I really like this. But I do feel that a lot of the reviews that I've seen have been a little disingenuous, to say the least. And I don't feel that everyone's been given an accurate depiction of how well this actually performs. If you've only had it for a day or two, then you're probably not going to notice. But the thing with the apps, that's very, very frustrating. It's pretty annoying that you have an Android tablet that you may not be able to use depending on the apps that are important to you. So what I would recommend is that before you purchase this, try to do a little research and find out if the apps that you want are compatible with this, because there's a possibility that they might not be. Now, there are a few more things that I wasn't too crazy about with this. So you have these different media options, right? But you don't have an HDMI input. You only have RCA inputs. That's definitely not going to be a deal breaker for everybody. But for me, I installed a 360 camera in the car that's high definition, so it actually works off of HDMI. Now it can connect via RCA, which is the way that I had to connect it, unfortunately. But it would be very nice if this came with an HDMI input. Now, one of the things that they talk about is mirroring your phone. It's great. That's awesome that this has the ability to do that. However, what they don't tell you, and I can't verify this with an Android, but I can with an iPhone. With an iPhone, in order for you to mirror your phone, this has to be connected to the internet, which means that you need to be using your phone, or you need to be using a phone as a mobile hotspot and then connecting this. It's no different than an Apple TV. With an Apple TV, the only way that you can mirror your phone onto it is if both devices are connected to the internet. A couple things we can go through here. Brightness. Let's see the difference in brightness when I turn this all the way down. Looks pretty much the same. All the way up. Same. I don't understand. Maybe it's me, maybe it's this particular unit. And you see that the screen does dim. It always does that as soon as I start the car. Volume. These things aren't explained. I don't know what the FL speaker volume is versus the media speaker volume or the mixing proportion. Navigation mixing isn't explained, and these don't come with any instructions. At least the one that I received, it didn't come with a manual or anything like that. There weren't even installation instructions. So all of these things, some of them are self-explanatory, others aren't, and I don't want to mess with things if I'm not familiar with them, and risk damaging something. I don't want to have to send this all the way back to China. Now, one of the last things is apps, not being able to multitask apps. is incredibly inconvenient. Doesn't seem like much, but it really is, because let's see if we still have the navigation on. Alright, so we still got the navigation going. Let's say that we were, you had somebody in the car, and for argument's sake, let's just say that someone was watching something on YouTube, okay? And you want to go back and check the navigation. Well, you can hit this button right here, and that will take you back here, and then you can go to maps. But that's kind of a lot of steps, and it would be much more convenient if you could do something like double tapping this and that bringing up a window of all the apps that are open, and that way you can just select that app. These are things that would make this experience significantly better. With a unit that you have in a moving vehicle, functionality is incredibly important, and that's why I feel that this has kind of dropped the ball, where it's a great piece of hardware, and it's beautiful. I mean, like, it really, really is. Like, it looks great. But there are definitely some bugs that need to be worked out. I don't feel, even though they've been sold for other Mercedes for probably 5 or 6 months now, but I don't feel that these are production ready at all. Especially not for the price. I know that there are some other sellers that are selling these. I've seen for as much as $800 or $900. I feel like that's not right. I feel like they're really taking advantage of the fact that these are the only options for updating your screen. With these stereos being how they are, you don't have any choices. It's not like you can just go buy another double din stereo. You would lose all of this. I don't even know how everything would work inside the car, not to mention that the original screen that you would have would no longer be functioning. So this is, if you have a Mercedes, this is your only option to change it. And everyone that's considering buying these needs to watch this first. I don't think that these are terrible. I know that I'm giving you a lot of the negatives. These are the positives. It integrates with your car, so your climate controls, your heat, your doors, all of these things, work directly through the screen. It gives you the notifications on the screen. That's awesome. Screen looks great. It looks stock. I've had a lot of people in the car, and people always just assume that the car came with this. The logo screen at the beginning looks great. The main screen, and if you have a Mercedes where your car is displayed, that's really, really cool. Unfortunately, mine is not displayed, but all of this stuff looks really good, and it's great that they were able to integrate the hardware of the car with this software. But it does have its flaws, and that's what I wanted to express in this video, because these are all things that I was not aware of prior to purchasing this, and I just want to set the expectation. That way people can make an informed decision, and hopefully that way the people that are actually making these and distributing these, hopefully they'll see this video as well, and they'll implement as many changes as possible. My personal opinion, it is worth getting if you can get it at a decent price. Again, I paid $600 for mine. I think that that's a little bit overpriced. I feel that these should be selling for around $400, but that's just me. But if you can get it at a good price, something that you can live with, then have at it. Personally, I am going to keep this. I'm going to keep this until something better comes along. When something else comes along, I'm probably just going to sell this on eBay or Craigslist. I know that this was a long video, and I'm sorry if it seemed like I was rambling. I just wanted to make sure that I got all the information out. It's been a lot to cover, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget anything or leave anything out. But I really hope you guys appreciate this. Please like, comment, subscribe, ask questions in the comment section because I do respond. Also, share this with other people that you know that have Mercedes. And remember that this is not something that's just for the R172. These screens are available for a variety of different Mercedes from a lot of different sellers. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Again, if you have any additional questions, let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.